Now, I do believe Sponge has arguably the better finisher out of the two. We don't see very many people break out of the Sponge zone, but I think Sponge needs to take his opportunity to really build that up, and both of them putting flash over the Prison Jesus pet. I'm gonna be honest, even a crucifix might not be enough to get a 3 count here. Does it land though? It does! I thought Nuraghi would slip out. It almost.
It's Tuesday night and it's time to fight. Ryze, your time is now. Don't fear the eyes. Fly high and proud and hear the cries. Dance chanting loud, you're near the rise. You can't hide in the crowd because you rise. Your time is now. Don't fear the eyes. Fly high and proud and hear the cries. Dance chanting loud, you're near the rise. You can't hide in the crowd because you rise. You stand ready for the battle to begin. You stand steady for the grapple and the win. Your slams deadly, bring a cackle to an end. You stand ready, never straggle, never bend. You trained for this moment and now it's your time. With every step forward they pounded your climb. No holding back, now you're on the rise to shine. Leave the slide below you, they are fit to die. Rise, your time is now, don't fear the eyes. Fly high and proud and hear the rise. Your fans chanting loud, you're near the rise. You can't hide in the crowd because you rise. Your time is now, don't fear the eyes. Fly high and proud and hear the rise. Your fans chanting loud, you're near the rise. You can't hide in the crowd because you.
Guys, we are right into our first match. We're starting off with Prison Jesus Pat walking out. I want to make a note real quick. I wasn't sure if we were going to see him here, and it looks like they've already answered my question. I haven't seen Krieger actually physically walk in the building here tonight. I've heard a lot of rumors that Krieger might have some issues here in New York, and I'm starting to believe those rumors might be true. Guys, after a month of seeing Krieger make his way out with every single one of the killers, no matter the match type, no matter what is going on, I don't think Krieger wouldn't show up here in New York unless it was pretty serious. Ultimately, though, that means Pat's going to have to go up against Nuraghi by himself, and the Tigers of Ganesh aren't going to have their typical manager. We're going to see if it's going to make that big of a difference for the killers. Now, Pat's got a pretty tough time here tonight. He is going up against the Black and Yellow Baron, the Moonshine Bandit, the Steel City Savior, the man himself, Nuraghi. This guy is one of the best shit talkers that we have here in Beatdown. And one of the coolest things about Nuraghi, I got to give it to him, is he has the ability to back up those checks that his mouth writes. We have seen him come through the past couple of weeks and not win every single week, but win a good chunk of the time and then also put on amazing performances. Whether he's bleeding, whether the enemy is bleeding, this man cannot stop. He does not die. He's got the endurance of a true superstar. We're starting to see him rise up through our roster, especially over here on Ryze. He's possibly one of the best that we have here on Ryze. But he is going to be starting the show off here tonight. We're going to see if Nuraghi is going to be able to overcome the size difference between him and Pat. Prison Jesus Pat is one of the tallest and, you know, one of the heavier guys that we have. I don't want to say heaviest. His height makes him look like he's not so heavy, but he is definitely, his weight's a little bit more than Nuraghi, that's without a doubt. Alright, and we're right into it. We're going to see if Nuraghi is going to start this off as aggressive as he has been and it looks like he has. Nuraghi, he did perform. Wait, no, he didn't. I was just about to say, I thought Nuraghi might have performed at Ruination, but no, Nuraghi performed last week on Ryze. Nuraghi just recently losing to Big H, and I'm sure that's weighing heavily on his mind. Big H did not make that loss an easy one for him. Every time we've seen Nuraghi come out on top and have the opportunity to kind of, you know, solo the spotlight, he has taken the opportunity. He is not afraid to tell the other person in the ring to get out of there. Yeah, it is good to see you, Coldberg. I hope your night's going well, my friend. Shout out to that man right there. But what, sorry, what was I saying? Nuraghi getting attacked by Pat right now. Pat putting Nuraghi in the turnbuckle and starting to choke him out. Now, I don't know how Pat's game planning is really going to be without Krieger in his corner. I think specifically Pat and Ant, more so than any of the killers, they really benefit from Krieger kind of giving them the play-by-play, giving them the game plan. Without Krieger, I think Pat's going to have a tough time. He's just going to essentially do what he did when he was in his Predator stage, I think. We're going to see him try and outstrengthen the opponent. And while Nuraghi's definitely not someone who's going to win in that category with him, I think his endurance might be good enough to get him around this entirely. Ooh, Pat having that arm worked on. Nuraghi getting to the top. What's going to be the play up here? We don't typically see Nuraghi getting acrobatic with it, and he's coloring Pat up. Nuraghi, what's going to be the play? A flying chop, but Pat able to dodge out of the way. Nuraghi falls to the mat, and Pat takes full advantage. A twist puts him back down. He goes for a pin. I don't think that's going to be enough there, Pat. No, absolutely not. The Steel City Savior is going to need a lot more damage than that to put that to get put down. Pat with a huge slam onto his back. Nuraghi starting to get the work done. Now, like I had mentioned, Pat's just going to try and outstrengthen his enemy. You have seen him so far. These strong body slams, these suplexes that he's been pulling out all match, they deal a lot of damage, but they definitely wear down his own. Pat might be getting executed right here. Is that it? Did the Steel City Savior just come out with a W right there? It's been weeks since we've seen somebody kick out. There it is. I got to give it to Prison Jesus, Pat, even if he does not come out on top here tonight. Like I had mentioned, it has been weeks since we have seen somebody successfully solo break out after getting hit with that. Nuraghi looking to get Pat the tap. I don't think this is going to be what he's looking. God damn. Nuraghi able to stand up, but Pat takes full advantage of it. Breaking out of that crossface. He's back in the driver's seat. No, he's not. Pat's back on the ground is actually what I meant to say. Nuraghi in the driver's seat, full advantage, and the lights are on. What's going on? Wait, Nuraghi! Pat! Are we sure that Krieger isn't in the building? It seems like every time Krieger isn't ringside, something happens with the sound or with the lights. Pat able to take advantage of a quick lights out. Nuraghi, a reversal looked like he might have been back in the seat, but no. An electric chair going to go ahead and put Nuraghi back on his back. He's got to watch out. A crucifix might be all that Pat needs to get a 3 count on him right now. Nuraghi has been on a tear, but that tear might be over. No! Nuraghi on that bad knee. You see that brace. It does not matter. Able to go ahead and twist. What is... I'm actually impressed with this move. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what to call this. Pat getting twisted up like a pretzel. Nuraghi starting to put the damage onto him. I got to say I'm impressed with Nuraghi's ability to hang in this match right now. Pat put Nuraghi over the top rope. Unfortunately for him, this isn't a Blood Bowl. It looks... I'm hearing from the crowd, it looks like he's doing a sick skateboard trick. That is not the skateboard trick Pat wants him to do, though, I can tell you that much. Pat tried to, it looked like he was trying to move Nuraghi over to his back, and Nuraghi does get onto his back. Pat might be going for a splash. No, an elbow. right to Nuraghi's jaw. Is that going to be enough for the Moonshine Bandit? No. Not even a 2. Prison Jesus Pat. I'm going to be honest, even a crucifix might not be enough to get a 3 count here. Does it land though? It does! I thought Nuraghi would slip out at almost any moment. It almost looked like he was smiling at the camera. And a late 2 count. I'm going to have to check the replay. Editing Cretin. Was Nuraghi just smiling at the camera? Did he just break the 4th wall here with us? And Pat misses the leg drop. Nuraghi able to roll out of the way. But Pat, with a strong reversal, he is back in it. Nuraghi putting back down. Regardless of off the rope or not, I don't know if this pin is necessarily advised. A mid-2 count though. Whether or not Nuraghi was close to the 3, he's at least able to gauge Pat's endurance right now. And Pat starting to falter. We see that 2 count get closer and closer to 3 every time. This is another one of those sick skate moves you don't want, Pat. No! Okay. That might be it. I'm not going to preemptively play Nuraghi's music, but 2 of those is devastating. Woo! Pat fights through the CTE! Concussions mean nothing to him! He is still alive! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this it for Pat? Pat's struggling, I can see it. He's in a rough spot. The Steel City Savior, I think, lets him go. Pat's back up. How did Pat break out of that? How did Pat not tap? And this, guys, this might be it. The Steel City Savior is trying to show off his submission prowess, and while it's not getting a tap out, I'm impressed with some of these moves. His wrestling abilities are indeed top-notch. New York loves Jesus, Pat. That's what I'm hearing from the crowd. It looks like Sunshine dressed up as a random guest, though. That's weird. Wait a minute, Nuraghi with a roll-up pile driver. Is this going to be enough to get out on top against Pat? It is! Play that man's music! Nuraghi coming out on top. Mr. Big H was able to beat him last week, but it does not matter. This man representing Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, all the way out here in New York, doing his best to show why he is one of the best here on the roster. Beginning match or not. Unfortunately for Pat, Krieger was not around, not able to essentially help him to that W here. I almost said hold his hand, but Pat can win without Krieger. Come on.
I am a warrior princess. I am a warrior princess. Catch me in a hot
The following
dress.
contest is
Don't
a
be confused by the
tables match.
pretense.
Make your way to the ring from Palm Beach, Florida.
I am a warrior.
Alright, sorry guys, I had to get the Gamba up. I forgot to pay off the last one, so the automatic ended up not working. We have the general manager of Ryze stepping out here tonight. It's been a while since we've seen her actually compete in the ring, but she is looking to put on a strong performance. Not in a normal match, absolutely not. Mrs.Cretin has decided to book herself in a tables match, going one-on-one up against Kristin. Now Kristin, she hasn't necessarily been doing the best as far as wins go, but nobody can take away from her effort. Whether she's busted open or not, she is not giving up the first time she gets hit with someone's finisher. We have seen Kristin fight through it all and ultimately get the 3 count on her, unfortunate, but she puts in a strong effort every time. And from what I have heard backstage, rumors are spreading that she is planning a resurgence of sorts. She wants to be at the top of the ring. I've been told that there's a big 3 in the women's category, and in Kristin's mind, she sees herself within those 3. We're going to see if she's going to be able to live up to the hype, though, here tonight. Alright, we just had to make sure we had the game set up right here. And we are right into it. Kristin putting Mrs. C down very quickly. Now, for those of you guys at home who didn't hear me the first or the 8th time I said it, this is a tables match. Yeah, I was about to say, okay, are the tables missing? Sometimes I'm told there's going to be a ladders match and then there's no ladders in the ring, so, or in the arena. You never know. This is a tables match, though. Kristin arguably does not have the technical skill, and I'm sorry for you Kristin fans at home, to be able to take on Mrs.Cretin in a 1v1 normal match. Every now and then she might walk away with a win, but she needs this sort of match to sort of even out the playing field. Mrs.Cretin has just ultimately been around longer. She has wrestled a lot longer. She has held the women's championship multiple times over. She's not somebody that somebody's side, maybe Courtney, is going to be able to handle in any normal capacity. Kristin, though, starting to show a lot of will here, a lot of strength. Going up against her GM or not, she does not mind. She's trying to put that damage onto Mrs.Cretin, but Mrs.Cretin reversing it right back around. Now, I got to give it to Kristin. She has teamed with Courtney before, and part of me thought that she might be taking some of Courtney's game plan, who's traditionally one of the only ones who's been able to beat Mrs.Cretin in a semi-often capacity. And it's starting to look like that's the exact case. Some of these moves are ripped right out of Courtney's traditional offense. Those elbows in the corner are going to be one of the first things you see from the women's champion. And it looks like Kristin, who doesn't typically use them, is busting them out here against Mrs.Cretin. I love to see it. That's an adaptation to the match. It is good to see you, Father. Good evening, good evening. Now, Father, in the crowd, he is not competing tonight, but his significant other, MotherHatred, will be going up against Brittany, the Forest Warrior, at the undercard. We are in the second match of the night, and Mrs.Cretin is honestly kind of working Kristin right now. Part of me felt like the addition of tables would even it out enough that Kristin would be able to maybe pull away with the win, and I don't want to say that she's out of it yet, but in almost every single competition that we have seen these two get into, she has not been the aggressor. Competition tonight. She needs to be on the offense to an extent. Regardless if this is your GM or not, there's once or twice where she did have a little bit of gas, and part of me thought that she might be able to make a performance here, but since then, she's been strictly on the defense, trying her best just to get away from Mrs.Cretin, who has been an absolute monster. Mrs.Cretin setting up a table, looking to possibly get a win. Ooh, and throwing a table at Kristin, almost throwing it out of the ring. Mrs.Cretin knows what the end game is here, but she's got to watch out. When that table is up, she is just as likely to get thrown through it as Kristin is. That table she set up, that might be the end for her, but she might be looking. No, she doesn't. She looks to throw Kristin right over, and she screams at the crowd. Now, the crowd isn't going as crazy as you would think. It seems like New York isn't as enthused as Mrs.Cretin's appearance here in the ring tonight. But Kristin, regardless, they get the shout. Kristin finally able to catch her breath, getting back up and rolling back into the ring. Mrs.Cretin, I don't know what she's doing. Mrs.Cretin, that's the table you set up. Guys, I told you. It's a double-edged sword. Is Mrs.Cretin going to lose right here? Is this it? That's it. That's it! Play Kristin's song! Play the music! Kristin! Able to come out on top! Wow! Gee golly! Against her own GM! That was probably ill-advised, but good for Kristin stealing some ELO against her general manager. She has been looking to turn this around for a while, and by golly, she got her opportunity.
The Tigers of Ganesh, yeah, they back for the claim.
Oh, is the Gamba up? Did I mess up the Gamba again?
Yeah, they're changing the game.
I did, but I have to put it back up. right. I have the Gamba up if you believe one way or the other between the Tigers of Ganesh and America's Best. And gosh darn it, you should. Both of these teams are as, what's the word I'm looking for? Divisive as they come. Tigers of Ganesh, one half of them being a former BDU champion, a year-long reign, almost undefeated. The other half of them being, we'll just say the mouth of Ryze, the man who arguably started this show, the man who, while he has dropped a couple of matches due to his taunting requirements in his own head, always has the need to say something, always has something to say. Both of these guys, whether you love them or you hate them, they are one of the oldest tag teams that we have here in BeatDown, and they've been around doing their thing since the very beginning. Now, on the other hand, they're going up against America's Best. Sponge Ali D. It is good to see you, brother. He said, "What's up?" from the ring. That's Sponge Ali D on the left, in case you don't know. Now, these guys, like I had mentioned, one of the oldest tag teams. They are going to be going up against another one of our more divisive teams, America's Best. Now, a lot of the crowd do not necessarily, a good chunk of the crowd do not necessarily like the patriotic theme of America's Best. But honestly, I am right here for it. Whether you love or you hate America, these two are as good as they come from this nation, this great nation. They're walking down when the Flash Man hits the flashback, when Stickles hits the dad bod drop. Who's going to be able to survive? You tell me. I think Tigers of Ganesh are going to have to show us if they have the endurance to go up against America's Best. It has been a long time since we have seen the two of them go up against each other. They did face off shortly after America's Best debuted, but America's Best walked away with the W there. I want to remind you. And we're starting it off, Sponge Ali D as the legal partner, Flash is the legal partner for America's Best. And Flash, I'm honestly not sure what kind of move that was, but it definitely showed off the strength and the size difference between Sponge and Flash. Now, Sponge, not the tallest guy that we have here on the roster, but he makes up for that with his speed, with his endurance. I think both of these guys, he's going to have to really endure through a lot if he doesn't get on the aggression here very soon. Sponge, while he was rolling over, he yelled at me. He said he's average height. I just want to let everybody at home know he is average height. We just have some above average height people on the roster. When compared to, say, Sunshine or Pet, you know, he's average height. But there is a bit of a size difference here between him and Flash. Not a height difference between him and Stickles, I'll give him that, but there is a bit of a weight difference there. I'm going to be honest with you. Sponge is more of a, I think in this matchup right now, might be more of a finisher. I think with the size difference being accounted for, Sunshine needs to come in and play more of the enforcer role. It's going to be hard really to rely on them though, to rely on Sunshine. It depends on which Sunshine showed up. Sometimes we see Sunshine ball out and be one of the best stars that we have on the roster. Sometimes we see Sunshine hit a move and hit another move, you know, start breaking it down. Just a quick nap, that's all it is. It is good to see you again, Unknown. We have Tigers of Ganesh, which is Sunshine and Sponge Ali D, going up against America's Best, which is Flashman and Stickless. Now, Sunshine is doing a pretty good job playing that enforcer role like I had mentioned, but he's going to go ahead and tag back in Sponge. I was saying earlier, Sponge needs to be more of the finisher. I think this is definitely a role he could take where he comes in, kind of drive-by attacks these two. Ooh, what was that? A rope-assisted DDT onto the apron has Stickless down. Meanwhile, Flash is looking at Sunshine. And Sunshine says, "Don't look at me." And wait, Sponge drop kicks Flash, trying to rip that ACL, kicking the knee in from the side. Now, I do believe Sponge has arguably the better finisher out of the two. We don't see very many people break out of the Sponge zone. But I think Sponge needs to take his opportunity to really build that up. And both of them putting Flash over. The Tigers of Ganesh showing a lot of teamwork. Sunshine, the new legal partner, he was tagged in. And this is right back on game plan like I was talking about. Now, if you're an America's Best fan, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're going to want to see Flashman do a lot of work. Really put in the size difference and the equal sizing of him and Sunshine. Put it in as much work as he can, and then kind of rely on Stickless to hit a dad bod drop or a Socks and Standal stunner. Either one of those might be their best opportunity to come through with a W. And you just saw it there. I heard some of the crowd shouting, absolutely. Sunshine getting down. I saw that I just read that, by the way, unknown. I appreciate that, brother. They say size is size matters. Sunshine with a strong suplex puts Flash on his back. Stickless called for a tag, but I don't think Flash is looking for it. A big boot puts Sunshine back on his back. Flash has a little bit of aggression still within him, but it doesn't look like he's going to put it out now. He is going to go ahead and tag in Stickless. Stickless, as good as they come here on the Ryze roster, starting to look for his opportunity. A strong twist puts him on his back. Sunshine starting to show off. Can we get another dance move here soon? Can he hit a move and hit a move? Sponge just sitting there patiently. Meanwhile, Flash looking a little bit more antsy. Talking to Stickless, even though I can't really hear what he's saying from here. Maybe asking for a tag. Sponge completely trusting his partner. Stickless doesn't even let one punch get out. He finds it in him to push Sunshine off. Now, guys, I had mentioned earlier, I think it's going to play a pretty big role. Even though this is a normal match, we are not seeing Krieger in the Tigers of Ganesh corner. For whatever reason, he did not show up here tonight in New York, New York. Whether that's had shady business deals gone wrong from some of the rumors I've heard, or maybe he just had some business elsewhere. Either way, he is not here to try and coach the Tigers through this W. But the Tigers, they've performed very well with and without him. They don't necessarily need him. Stickless with a big elbow onto the back of Sunshine. It looked like Sponge for the first time in a while calling for a tag. Sunshine not able to fulfill it. Sunshine out of it, and a big forearm puts Stickless onto his knees, and a twist puts Stickless onto his back. The question is, does Sunshine tag out? He saunters on over to Sponge. Does he hit the tag? No, he doesn't. I think he was maybe trying to whisper some sweet nothings into Sponge's ear, or he was talking to the lady at the front at the front of the crowd in the corner. Sponge screaming for the tag, but Sunshine, he's not in the position to oblige that. Flash picks him back up into the corner. Sunshine with a big reversal. He's got to watch out though. Stickless is within striking distance. We don't often see America's Best go the low road, but there it is. Stickless giving him a quick bop on the forehead, but Sunshine able to recover pretty quick, going into a suplex onto Flash. Flash with a big reversal. And a double axe handle puts him down. Sponge gets tagged in. Sunshine somehow finds it in him. And a big twist. That puts Flash on the ground. Sponge starting to show some of that acrobaticity, some of that athleticism. He throws Flash out. Now, this is a normal match. There is a possibility for a double DQ, and I hate this, but Sponge, a veteran of the game here, able to go ahead and throw Flash back in, but gives Flash enough time. Wow. Flash was able to tag in Stickless, but gets rewarded with a double drop kick right to the side of the head. Wow. We're going to have to get an x-ray of Flash's neck after that. That was a devastating drop kick. And it looked like Stickless was going for a spear or something. And Sponge able to reverse it into a DDT. Able to tag Sunshine in on top of that. Sunshine, his chest looking a bit red now, but we're looking at a Sunshine 619. Does it land? And it does! How does he follow up? Wow. Wow. Sunshine really wants to win this match. landed a 619, and didn't dance for the crowd. He is all business here tonight. Sponge just looked at me on the commentary desk directly from his corner and said, everybody can get these hands. That is impressive. So, it is good to see you, Seiko. Seiko rolled into the building. Tell me there's a replay. Seiko, absolutely. It'll probably take about 5 minutes afterwards because I do have to timestamp the things, but directly after the stream, over on BeatDown Entertainment Live, it is going live directly after the stream. The only thing I gotta do is timestamp the matches and hit public and we're good. But no spoil, no spoil. Wait! It looked like Sponge was about to steal something there. Flash wasn't in here to break this up. What happened to Flash? I'm sorry. I saw our VIP Seiko rolling into the building. You know, I had to say hi. Will it be on YouTube? Absolutely, Seiko. I'm glad you asked. There's the link to our BeatDown Entertainment. That is where we're posted now. Sunshine with a hip toss. Tag Sponge in. Sponge might be looking to finish this here soon. He was able to get a late 2 on the stickless, but again, the size, the height difference between him and Flash allowed Flash to get that leg up pretty quickly. And Flash put his knee onto Sponge's neck, and I think I saw blood on the mat when Sponge got up. Is Sponge bleeding? Sponge is bleeding! His head is cracked open! He's on a torture rack right now. What? It looked like an F5 into a cutter. That was a crazy move, but Sponge responding in kind, nearly breaking Flash's neck. Sponge, a big right hand puts Flash down. And, ooh, Sponge starting to bounce his head off the mat. There we go, I was about to say, if I was Sponge, I would tag out as soon as possible. We haven't seen a successful Sponge salt yet, but I do believe it is likely how Tigers and Ganesh are going to find their W. I think if Sunshine, Stickless is already worn down. If Sunshine can wear down Flash, put him in a position where he can get hit with a Sponge Salt, that might be the best opportunity for the Tigers of Ganesh. Meanwhile, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Flash is doing exactly what he needs to. What is this? What? I don't even know what to call that. Sunshine's back onto the cornbuckle, nearly cracked. And Sponge still dripping over in the corner. It is going down his face. Sunshine starting to find his way back up, but I think Flash is just going to let him do it. A big right hook. Sunshine has got to see Flash. He's using the apron against him. I think he is. Back to apron. That back is cracked. Sunshine with a little spinal action. Now again, for those of you at home who didn't hear me the first time, this is a normal match. There is a chance we get double DQs, but good golly gosh, I hope that doesn't happen. Please, throw him back into the stairs. Sunshine says no. No ring for you yet. The only thing ringing is your ears after you go face first into the steel. And I think Sunshine is calling Flash up. What's he going to answer with? A Sunshine Stunner? And a weird way to get up. I don't think we've seen a Sunshine Stunner in a very long time. Sunshine might have actually successfully stunned Flash. But no! The ref gives him time to get in. I was a little worried there, but Sunshine not able to pull the DQ win out. That was as close as I think the Tigers have come to winning so far. Into another butt bounce. Are you going to also look at Stickless again? Sunshine is really working the rear end of Flash here. Really going at it. And it's a 2 count. I had to get quiet because I wasn't sure if I'm going to be honest, if it was a 3 count after the double booty bump, that would have been rough. That would have been rough to commentate. Sponge gets tagged in, but this is just like I had told you guys. If Sunshine can put Flash in a position to get hit with a Sponge Salt, but it might not be a Sponge Salt. Is it a lariat that's enough to put him down? Stickless says no! But he's got to watch out. Sponge pumping his fists. You know what that means! There's a Sponge Salt in the future, and it lands! Am I an oracle? Or what? That's it! That's it! What did I tell you? People are gonna say, Riggs, I told you, and look at these two. Just so happy to get a win. They are just so excited. I can't believe what we just saw. I told you guys. Sunshine just needed to put Sponge in a position to hit the Sponge soul. You guys gotta remember, Sponge was undefeated in his BDU championship reign for nearly a year. I mean, he lost during it, but every time gold was up for almost an entire year, you could not take it from this man. At the end of the day, Sponge has a winning formula. He just has to hit the Sponge salt more. We don't see it as often. Stay humble. We are right into our next match. You can't hear me because I am muted. I'm hearing GG Easy. Absolutely. That's why you shouldn't rage when you scream. Because you never know, that rage where you're really mean, you know, from days ago, and then I catch you a couple of days later and I beat your ass, that might just live forever on my channel for years. You know how it goes. But anyways, with that being said, we got MotherHatred walking. With that being said, don't send the guy no hate. You know, I feel like I've already won being able to make the video and play it whenever I feel like it. MotherHatred walking out right now. Now, MotherHatred, one half of the heirs of hatred with FatherHatred, also a big proponent, a big user of the spear of hatred. We have not seen her come away as successful as I think initially everybody really thought she would be. But I think the past couple of matches we've seen her, that's starting to turn around. She's starting to find her place here in the BDU. She's starting to really understand the timing of that spear of hatred. And we're starting to see the W's start to slowly roll in. The question is she going to have it in her to go up against and come out on top against the Forest Warrior, Brittany? Now, we have not seen Brittany in months. I believe since before Divergence. But she has been training the entire time. She's been in the BeatDown Performance Center, honing her craft, getting better and better and better until she got her opportunity. And the Forest Warrior, the red-haired princess, she has her opportunity here tonight up against MotherHatred. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. What we've seen from Brittany so far has been a lot of decent offense and not that great of a defense. I'm not sure how she's going to be able to take a spear of hatred, so I think her best option is to just try and end this early. The problem is, I don't know if she has the experience or the wherewithal, or honestly, even the skill to be able to put MotherHatred away in a quick fashion like that. I think MotherHatred's got a pretty good shot at winning. Meanwhile, Brittany, I think, is going to have to play this very, very carefully. We're right into this match. MotherHatred, ooh, starting it off. That looked like a mark from Trop, her husband's tag team partner. It's devastating when Trop uses it. I could definitely see MotherHatred incorporating that into her own gameplay. We already see it starting to take its effect on Brittany. Brittany in the turnbuckle. The cornbuckle really not being the most gracious of homes for her right now. Meanwhile, MotherHatred gets a reversal in against her. Brittany is back in the driver's seat. I'll be honest with you. Like I had mentioned earlier, she has not had the best defense as we've seen. In fact, I think the couple of matches that we've seen of Brittany so far, aside from her, I believe 2 wins where she stomped it out, the other 4 or 5 losses that she had, ultimately no defense whatsoever. So she is already doing pretty well. In fact, if you look at her stats, she's on the best track that she has to a W. Every time she's been able to show a little bit of defense, she's been able to put a W back on the board. Meanwhile, MotherHatred, doing her very best to make sure that doesn't happen. She's starting to put the damage on Brittany. We're starting to see that lack of defense really shine through. There's a good reversal from Brittany, though. Brittany is still back in this, throwing MotherHatred off of the ropes. Oh, I do just want to take a moment. I know I put something in the chat, but you know I forget stuff, and I just remembered when I looked over. Sponge, with the resubscription for the 25th month. Sponge, I appreciate it. BeatDown and Ryze are funded by people like you. Thank you. Much appreciated, my friend. I wanted to make sure I said that. Brittany putting MotherHatred back in, but MotherHatred showing the crowd that she is all too good. They don't need to worry about her. Brittany gets back in, though, and she wins the tie-up. That's not looking good for MotherHatred. Brittany starting to show some aggression here. Now, she does have a pretty decent moveset, a pretty decent aggression rating, I would say. But the question is, can she stay on offense long enough for that to make a difference? Wait, MotherHatred with a massive drop kick puts Brittany on her face. And Brittany starting to get pinned. Not even a 2 count, though. MotherHatred has put a lot of damage onto Brittany, but it is just barely starting to build up. I gotta say, those couple of months in the BDU Performance Center are really starting to show for Brittany. Whether or not she wins this, she has made an impressive improvement over the last few months. MotherHatred with a strong DDT puts Brittany on the mat, and Brittany holding her face. That had to have hurt MotherHatred up to the top. Brittany's got to watch out. MotherHatred goes flying with an elbow, and it lands. Brittany feeling the pain, and MotherHatred is calling her up. What's going to be the play here? I don't think MotherHatred had a specific... Wait a minute. Athletic, acrobatic, a float over DDT puts her down into a pin. Can MotherHatred? No. She gets an early 2 count, but Brittany has got to watch out. For a moment, I thought MotherHatred was going to load up a Spear of Hatred, and I think she's loaded it up now. The crowd is calling her name, and it lands. Is that enough to put Brittany away? We just got an early 2 count. 2, 3, that's it. That's it. Play MotherHatred's song. Where's it at? There it is. MotherHatred able to walk away with a W. Like I told you guys, these wins for her, they're just rolling in. Sunshine specifically pointing out they're doing bad things to each other. That is right. They are indeed. MotherHatred looking at the crowd. The crowd, honestly, they're cheering her. I'm surprised. We're hearing these cheers for MotherHatred. She kind of makes me scared, but that might be why they're cheering her. Into it. Now this is the one I have been most excited for, I gotta tell you. HBK, our newly crowned Intercontinental Champion, just a few days ago at Ruination on Sunday, was able to walk away with this gold in arguably, you know, not the most moral way. For those of you who watched it, there was 2 different roll-through face breakers that did a load of damage to Luadz, but Luadz able to fight back out of it, able to show a good strong will until HBK capped off his performance with a low blow, strong enough to the family jewels of the Crown Celt that he was able to get the 3 count. Let the people know. That is a good point. For anybody who's not already followed, that is my YouTube. Ruination will be live roughly 5 minutes after the stream ends. I have to timestamp the matches, and that's it. We have the thumbnail, everything uploaded, ready to go. Ruination will be there right after this match. If you want to see how HBK got his Intercontinental Championship, now he is looking to defend it against a man on an absolute mission. And one of the first time this man has been on the main event scene. Mango went from a brief hiatus the last year or so, the last couple of months, into just a whirlwind of athleticism and strength all mixed into one. Mango cannot be stopped. He does not say die. And if there's anybody that is really going to test if HBK is gold worthy, it's gonna be this man right here. Now I'm going to be wondering personally if Luads shows up at all tonight. We got HBK trying to start the match off, reaching his hand out to Mango! Mango! Just a half a second. For half a second, that hand was out. Mango looked like he was looking to the crowd, wondering if he should take it. But before he could look back, HBK hit him. Mango responding back in kind, though. A spear right on the HBK. Now, our Intercontinental Champion is off of 2 different matches this past Ruination. Not only did he have his match where he was able to best the previous IC champion, Luads, but he also defended it in the Ruination main event. So I know for a fact he has got to be sore. But I don't know if he needed to resort to that. Honestly, I'm going to call it what it is, to that sucker punch before this match. And Mango is really starting to bring the damage. Back to back to back to back kicks. Wow. HBK taking a lot of damage here. I think this soreness is really showing. A 2 count. A mid 2 count. The IC champion honestly opened up a can of whoop ass. There's nothing else to say. He is getting the wrath of Mango. He tried to get the better of him early on, but no. HBK able to roll out of the way. It is good to see a little life in our champion. 3 days and 3 performances. Within those 3 days, he was able to get the gold and defend it. This is arguably the least stressful match that he has. But can he cap off a crazy week of performances with another W? A mid 2 count this early on is insane. Now the cornbuckle just got exposed. HBK and a big kick puts Mango down. I think this HBK that we've seen over the past few weeks, he's completely different. We have not seen, HBK's not been a saint, I don't want to say that, but we have definitely seen HBK these past couple of weeks really embrace the gray side of the rules here. HBK exposing this turnbuckle, attacking Mango beforehand, and I mean, I hate to call it what it is, the low blow to Luads to get the title. HBK doing anything he can to get this title, to get this reputation, and to stay on top. Rolling out of the ropes, that was very smart of him, but he doesn't see Mango go flying to the outside with a crossbody. Mango picks him back up, a couple of right hands. HBK has got to be feeling this. Mango going for a neck breaker, and it lands. Now this is a normal match as well. There is a chance we get a double DQ, but I doubt either of these men. Mango is a veteran. HBK is a champion. Neither of these men are going to give this audience a double DQ. That would just be asinine. Absolutely not. Mango is just going to take this opportunity to really put the damage on. Really drive the message home. HBK getting thrown in. Belt or not, that belt is not helping him right now. Mango getting back in. We get to a 6 count. Shout out the ref for slow counting. We hate double DQs. Mango going for a knee break onto that hurt knee for HBK. You see that brace. HBK, a strong reversal, puts Mango on the ground. HBK starting to work it. What's he looking for? This last one put Mango down and it lands. An axe kick right to Mango's head. It was rope assisted too. HBK, no matter what you say about him, no matter how you feel about his tactics as of late, this man is athletic. Regardless of how he won the gold, he got to the opportunity of having the gold. Fair and square, arguably. HBK might be looking to land a massive power bomb, and he does. I don't know if this is going to be enough to put Mango down. In fact, he's not even going to try. He's going to call Mango to get up. Mango might be getting a schnitzel bomb in his near future. No, he doesn't. Mango knew what was coming, able to reverse it around. HBK, he himself is in danger, and I think he's about to land a bounty hunter Boston Crab. We have seen Mango put this on the likes of Cretin, some of the biggest men and some of the smallest men on the roster. It does not matter. He has put them all down. Mango, one of the strongest that we have. Wait a minute, HBK. Is this it for our champion? Mango, not even gonna, no. No. A second bounty hunter Boston Crab? This has got to be it for HBK. He is hurt. A teardrop suplex. A bounty hunter Boston Crab, and the second one being locked in now. And Mango doesn't even go for the submission. He doesn't even go for the pin. A stomp on the HBK's chest. Up to the top rope. I think he could get the pin right now. The ref can count to 30. Mango doesn't care. An elbow to our champion. That's got to be it, right? That's it. Play his music. Mango with an absolutely dominant win. There's nothing else to say about it. Mango barely breaking a sweat. HBK a couple of times, able to put some damage on him, but formerly one half of the Headhunters does not seem to mind the pressure that HBK put on him. I appreciate y'all for coming through. User, it was great to see you. Or Unknown, it was great to see you. Sunshine, it was great to see you. Sponge, it was great to see you. I saw Father coming through. Big Man Seiko, it was good to see you. Guys, about 5 minutes from now, Ruination will be going live. If you guys want to run that back. Other than that, I hope y'all have a wonderful night and y'all be safe. Thank you for being here and making it what it is. Oh, and also, Sponge, thank you again for your subscription.